What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I have something very special in store for you guys. Something I've had sitting here on my shelf I've been trying to get to. It's been super slam, guys. I finally have had a chance to get to. What I'm talking about here is I have two separate cleaning mitts for actual leather interior, and I have this beautiful Lexus right here. We just did a full exterior detail, and I'm currently in the process of doing the interior detail, and we're gonna be using these exact mitts right here for doing that. Now, a little backstory. I was on Facebook on one of the detailing groups there. This guy named Carl posted about one of these mitts, or somebody else posted about these mitts right here. I think Carl was offering, and somebody else, I went online, basically just a little bit of research, found that exact same mitt for a cheaper price. Carl messages me. Anyway, long story short, we had a nice little phone conversation. He told me about how his mitts they're pretty much identical mitts, except there's something different he does to his that makes it a little higher quality, that it lasts longer. And that is what I have right here in these boxes. Now, what I want to do is, before I open them, is one of these is the so-called imposter, and then the other one is Carl's that he offers and sells. I'll put a link in the description below to both these mitts. Now, I am not being paid. This is not some kind of promotion for either of these mitts right here. This is going to be a first-hand test on these mitts right here on this vehicle. I'm actually going to be doing several testing. I'm going to label these so we know which mitt is which. And basically here over the next couple weeks, or a week or two at least, of testing these mitts out in different vehicles that I work on, I'm going to give you guys my feedback here, which will all be here in this video, guys, right here. So without further ado, guys, let's open them up. All right, guys, so this is mitt number one right here. This is Carl's mitt that he sent me, and so far, just from the checking it out here, looks pretty nice. But we're gonna go ahead and open up the other one here and see how they compare. As you can see right here, we've labeled it mitt number one. So Carl's mitt is mitt number one, and this will be mitt number two. So taking a close look here to mitt number one and mitt number two, you can see mitt number one here is just a hair bigger, it looks like. Width is pretty close to the same. It's a little bit bigger on mitt number one here. I'll pull the camera here for you guys to have a look at. So got them all lined up right here. You can see that mitt number one is clearly a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going here on the Lexus, trying these pads out. Show you guys kind of what we're up against here in the car. So you can see this is all pretty much, this is a 3-year-old car. You can see all the grime that's kind of built up here on it over time, right down in here around the seams, the side bolster right here. So I'm gonna be testing out, cleaning the whole seat up, guys. As mentioned earlier, I am gonna be testing these mitts out on several vehicles, not just this one right here. I'm probably not going to show it all here on video. Probably just a couple cars, this Lexus being the first one here. But yeah, I'm going to get going on here, guys. Try them out. I'll give you guys my first impression of what I think of them here on the car. And one other thing, guys, is, so for those of you guys probably most people have seen these now. I've had these for a couple of years, been using them. This is pretty much the little scrubber that is literally the exact same fibers, it feels like, as on here. Very similar fibers. Now what my goal is, what I'm hoping to do, is replace this little itty bitty guy with this nice big scrub mitt, and this comes back to being faster, more efficient, doing a better job. So if this mitt right here can do a better job, faster, more efficient than this little guy right here, this little guy is kind of out, and these new mitts right here are gonna pretty much be replacing those. And it's like that with any of my detailing products here, because I'm actually testing out products right here currently. I'm with Tire Shine. So if you guys are interested in more product reviews, things like that, I have a ton more coming, and this is something I don't just grab it, try it for a few minutes, and then say, hey, this product's great, or this one sucks, or something like that. I mean, it really comes down to me thoroughly testing and giving my non-biased feedback on what I think about product A or product B over here. And I will be doing the exact same here, guys, with these mitts over the next couple weeks or so, like I mentioned, trying on several different cars. So I'm gonna get working here on this Lexus, guys, and give you my first impressions here in just a few. Now, the way we're going to be cleaning these two mitts right here, after we've used the all-purpose cleaner, we use the all-purpose cleaner, Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner, diluted at 10-to-1 with both mitts right here. Mitt number 1, mitt number 2 are going to be washed here with just semi-warm water, guys. So we go ahead, rinse them off, and then we're going to go ahead and hang them up to dry. All right, car number 1 in the books with using the new mitts, guys. What do I think about them? So far, really impressed with both of them. Not one outshine the other more so. Neither of them are falling apart. Everything's holding up good. Everything's going great. And I really think those mitts are going to be the replacement to this little guy right here. Overall, I don't really have any complaints except for one thing in particular is here on the mitts. I have the other ones over there drying. So I have mitt number 3 here for demonstration purposes. And if you look right here, guys, to me, it's kind of loose. I feel like it should be a little bit of a tighter fit. I literally have to take my fingers and stretch them out to kind of hold the mitt in place. And I feel like that lack of control, you don't have really good control, precision with this mitt right here versus like this little guy right here. You can spray your all-purpose cleaner here on the scrubber and really get in those corners and crevices. With this guy, have really good control of it. So I'd say control factor, this one definitely outshines the mitt so far. However, the mitts, you can see, cover a much greater surface area. You just gotta kind of expand your hand out and kind of hold the mitt in place a little bit. But I feel like they could be a little bit tighter or a little bit of a more snug fit on your hand to give yourself a little better control. But overall, it's really my only complaint so far, guys. Now, one thing I should mention, guys, before I forget, is I am also using the Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner here. I am using it at a 10-to-1 dilution ratio, and that will go for all applications. That was the same system I use here on the Lexus, the same system or same chemical or product, if you will, that I'll be using here on all the other vehicles that I'll be testing it on. So it's at 10-to-1 across the board on all vehicles with both mitts, using the mitt number 1, mitt number 2, and mitt number 3 here, guys, is kind of more like a backup. So let's get working on those other cars. After nearly a year in the making, guys, I have finally fully tested these mitts out right here, and I have come to my conclusion after a lot of extensive testing. Quick recap: number 2 and 3 are identical. Number 1 is from Carl, and this one right here, you can see just in the lettering and how much dirtier it is than number 2. Number 3 only saw maybe 2 or 3 cars, not very many. Number 2 got used a bit more, and mitt number 1 got thoroughly used and abused, as you can see right here. Now let's flip it over, because this is where the true test lies, in my opinion, and that is the durability of it. You can look right here, none of these edges are peeling up. Mitt number 2 right here on the side coming up, and then up here on the top, a lot of it peeling back. And this was after probably 5 to 10 uses. I would say I used this one and this guy right here quite a bit more than that. I don't even know how many cars I used this on. This was primarily the one I used. But a big difference, mitt number 3 here, You can see, I don't think we have anything coming up after a couple uses. Maybe a little bit on the sides there, not much. So mitt number 3, I mean these cheap imposter mitts in my opinion will last you a couple cars, and then they're gonna start peeling up. This guy right here, you want some quality, this is it right here, guys. Now I will put a link in the description below to Carl's information, or to his mitts right here, to a link to his stuff. You guys can go ahead and take a look at that. I'm gonna be picking up at least one more, probably maybe 2 or 3 more actually, because I like to keep stuff here in the cabinets on hand. I like to keep stock on it. So I will be picking up some more of these ones right here, and these guys in my opinion are complete junk and they are out of here. We'll be getting rid of those. If you guys want those, they'll be in my trash can, so come get it. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I have a video coming in the near future with this beautiful 2020 Corvette C8. If you guys are interested in that, I'll put a link in the description below to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications so you guys get notified when I drop that video. This is also my personal vehicle, so if you guys are interested in seeing more content, point of view driving, probably getting it out to the racetrack hopefully, and doing some just back road spirited, fun, safe driving on my main channel. I'll put a link in the description below to that, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. There's a lot that's going to be going on with this Corvette right here. It's a really good video that I'm in the process of why a brand new car needs some work done to it to really perfect it and get it dialed in. So if you guys really want to see that, that's coming here in the very near future. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm signing off. I will talk to you next time, and thanks again for watching.